That's a bit more of a different video that I'd typically make. Jesus. I want to cut that out. This is a bit more of a different video than I typically make, but I recently went and watched my friends graduate about a week ago now, and this is a kind of video that I don't really expect to get views, but I just want to make, I guess, for my personal diary, and it's a reflection on the year that's been. I remember when I graduated, like the day that they had the school ceremony. I was home alone for the week or for the weekend, and yeah, I just remember driving home and then sitting in my car in silence, and I was like, holy crap, I just graduated, like high school's over and I'm not gonna see my friends again. And obviously my mind spiraled and I saw my friends after that, but just the initial shock, I'm almost experiencing it again, talking to my friends, talking about their experiences with it. And I just kind of wanted to give my raw thoughts and yeah, my experiences this year, and just kind of talk through my thought process and how this year's gone, because it's been a whole year and 2 weeks, and I just want to go through my thoughts. First off, uni is so chill, but it's also so not. It's crazy. Sorry. Yeah, uni is in some ways more chill than high school, because it's all of a sudden I have a little more freedom. I go in less days, I go in for less hours, but also the assignments are just as on top of you as they are in high school. I'd say at the very least first year, they require about the same amount of effort as doing well in high school. Again, that could all change. I'll probably come back after I finish my course and reflect on this and be like, yo, sucks to be you, actually my course is really hard. I've met a lot of people, made some really good friends, really, really good friends. The goat Christian will definitely appreciate a shout out in this video. But yeah, I've met so many awesome people. I've done some pretty awesome things. I've started this YouTube channel, and you guys have already got me to 312 subs from when I'm recording this. So I've kind of been living in a state of limbo, and it's weird to explain because it's like I'm living in a point in my life where I talk to a lot less people than I did in high school, but also I kind of like it that way, and that's weird because I didn't expect it. I'll be honest, I went into this uni year specifically, but then this year in general, fully expecting not to talk to anyone. I was kind of like, I've moved away from the only friends I have, so I don't want to replace them necessarily. That was my biggest fear. I didn't want to replace them. They're irreplaceable. Sorry. Yeah, they're irreplaceable. And for a long time that was my mentality. And then, I struck up conversation with some people, and the rest is history. I have some really good friends. I'm part of some really good groups, and I've done some really good things. I got to go on a weekend away with the University Bible Group. That was awesome. Yeah, just so many memorable things uni wise, and I'm definitely grateful that I've experienced it, and I was definitely scared to experience it. And to anyone who is, looking at uni this year, next year, it's important to experience, because it's important to socialize outside of school, because you're so used to this little bubble of school, and these are my friends and that's it. I don't want to talk to anyone else. And then you don't talk to your friends. Then all of a sudden you have no one. So you have to build that up again. Yeah. Another thing, I got my first job. My very first job this year. Which is crazy. And I got my job in a time in this year and in my life where I was really stuck in effort. I'd been looking for a job for 6 months at this point, and I was just exhausted, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And I got it, and I was so thankful. And I remember I went to the job interview, and I said, I really would like this job. And I went to the interview and I didn't think I'd get it, but I gave it my all anyway. And then I came out, I felt really good about it, and they were so nice to me. And I called my mum afterwards and I said, Mum, I really want this job. Like, I've been doing all the other ones just to appease you, but this one, I want it. God found a way. God made a way. And I'm thankful. I've learned a lot this year. About YouTube and specific skills, but I've also learned a lot about life this year. And in a time where I thought I would be stuck, in a time where I thought that I wouldn't make any progress, I made quite a lot. Now, that's not to say that this year didn't have its struggles. That's not to say that this year didn't have its struggles. I am currently going through debt, which is, baby's first debt, which was a little bit of a crude shock, but we're making it through. And it's one of those things where it's like, there's nothing I can do about it except just work my ass off every day, and I am learning the value of work, and I'm learning the value of money. I'm learning the value of time. And time, for a long time, has been something I tried to escape or outrun. It's like, someone at school would be like, oh, we're graduating in 2 weeks, and I just go, la 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 la, I'm not listening, but, and try to just ignore it. You can't ignore time, man. You can't. And I think it's important not to, as well. Because if you ignore time, you don't appreciate it. And if you don't appreciate time, then you waste it. And if you waste time, then what's the point? And it was in those last few weeks where I lived at my old house where I really appreciated time. And every moment I got to spend with my friends, I was like, this one could be the last one. For a long time. Maybe ever. Because we're all on our own journeys, and we're all on our own life paths, and it's definitely something that I had to actually seriously consider. Um, and it just made me appreciate my friends so much more. And in that time that we had, it was genuinely some of the best of my entire life. Some of my favourite moments were spent with them. And, you know, it's only natural that you talk to your friend less as you separate into your own life paths. But if you're among the people that have graduated this year or maybe next year or any year at all, can I encourage you to speak to your friends as often as possible? Check in on them, see how they're doing, just say hi every, doesn't even have to be every day, every month, every couple months, just poke your head in, say hi. Because you don't know when you're going to see them next. When I went to go see my friends graduate, big up Resi, I had plans to see one of my friends who I graduated with, and I didn't get to do that. She didn't die or anything, don't worry. But yeah, it was just, I wanted to see her and I didn't get to. And it's no one's fault. It's just you wish you could. Obviously, there's always next time. If you've graduated already, if you're graduating next year, just keep your friends close, because they're important. And if you value them, and I mean really, really value them, it is important to keep them close to you. And do not feel like making new friends is replacing the old ones. My mentality became, imagine my old friends get to meet my new friends. We get to make a friends supergroup. That was, and that works. That worked for me. A different thing may work for you, but yeah, it's been a lot of learning this year. A lot of growing. It's one of those things where I've never really been to a new place. I grew up from 1 to 5 in a little place called Armadale. Just outside of that, Uralla. But I spent from 5.5 to 18 in the same place. And that was all I'd ever known. And all of a sudden there's new places and new people, and the old people aren't there anymore, and you miss your old room, and all of a sudden something isn't the way it was in the old house, and you go, damn, I miss the old house, and then you miss the old house a lot more. I always said, it's funny, I started my YouTube channel near the end of me living in my old house, and I had just figured out the right rhythm of where everything could go, where it all made sense. If you dare, go back and watch the Omegle video. That was, I believe, the only video recorded in my old house, apart from my first YouTube short. It's one of those things, it's like, I started my YouTube channel there, and now we're here. And almost 80 plus videos have been recorded here. And it's like, my YouTube channel lives here, but it didn't start here. And I think YouTube has been a big thing for me as well, because it's taught me a lot about what I want. And that sounds really weird and philosophical, but if you didn't want philosophical, staying for this long in the video was a poor choice. But YouTube has taught me about what I value. I treat the numbers as a game sometimes, but And it's really important when you start YouTube to not worry about the numbers. Not let the numbers determine your mood. But I would always get a little sad when something I worked really hard on didn't get as many views as I wanted, or something didn't do as well as I'd hoped, or something I thought was going to pop off really didn't. And it wasn't like I didn't cry about it or anything, but it's just a slight disappointment. You're like, oh, that's a shame. And kind of sucks, Overall, though, the first year of me graduating has been a roller coaster. Definitely a lot of ups, definitely a lot of downs. I decided to rock a middle part for the first time. Let me know how it looks. I've tried new things. I've watched more Liverpool games. That's crazy. Yeah, to everyone who has made this year, thank you. Like, it's incredible. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, even the bad things, I wouldn't change it, because it means I wouldn't appreciate the good things as much. I don't really know how to end this, but I think some advice. If you're afraid of change like I am, it's easy to get into this little box of, I don't want to change, so I just won't. And I'll force any change away. I don't want my friends to leave, so I'll just kind of pretend that they're not gone and I won't make any new friends. I don't want to move away, so I'll try and spend as much time as I can not moving. If you're afraid of change, it's really, really important to get over it. And I don't just mean like, it's important to get over it. Get over it. Oh, shoot. I mean, it's important to face it, and it's important to face it head on and go, look, things change. It's a part of life. But what's also important to realize is that change can be good. While it's scary as hell, it can be good. How lucky was I to meet a random friend who also loves Liverpool as much as me? Like, hell, I'm wearing it right now. It's like all because of change. I found a friend who likes Liverpool and who watches the games, and we can talk about it. Graduating is pretty cool. I recommend it. So, holy crap! 20 minutes of me yapping over. Well, you're gonna hear me yap for a little bit more. A slightly lighter topic. For the month of November, we are doing a 24-hour live stream for a charity cause known as Movember. You may have heard of it, you may not have. They raise money they raise awareness and they raise money for men's mental health, but they also raise it for different illnesses, not only mental illness, but I think chronic illness as well. And I just wanted to give you the first announcement and say that we will be having the live stream. It is a thing we'll be doing, a 24-hour live stream. I can't give you the dates yet. I will give you the dates when I have the dates. But it is happening, and we're going to be trying to raise as much money as possible. There are incentives to reach certain donation goals, including but not limited to potentially waxing my legs and potentially waxing my armpits. And just in general, seeing me in a lot of pain. So, yeah, come along if you can. You don't have to stay for the full 24 hours. I don't expect you to. But donating would be greatly appreciated. I will leave the link in the description to donate. And it will go towards the total for the live stream for the entire month of November. I will leave the link in every video in November, and the link in the description of this video. Yeah, it's pretty close to me. Obviously, as I've just yapped about for 20 minutes, mental health is pretty big to me, and just staying mentally healthy is super important to me, and it's a charity pretty close to my heart. So, feel free to donate. Again, the link will be in the description. But we are having a 24-hour live stream where we will build Lego, play some games, and just chat mental health. It'll be a fun time. Feel free to drop by. Again, you don't have to drop by the whole 24 hours. Just give us an hour, give us a donation. That's fine by me. That is all, I think. I don't have any notes. I'm just kind of yapping. See you guys next week.